Samurai Jack, the premiere movie, the first 3 episodes of the series that premiered as one movie and then were later broken up into 22-minute segments for future airings. Now, I did not grow up with Samurai Jack, so I'm not watching this with any sort of nostalgia goggles or childhood attachment. This premiere movie was my very first exposure to the world that Genndy Tartakovsky built, and honestly, what an introduction. Within minutes, it becomes crystal clear why Tartakovsky was later tapped to direct the 2003 Star Wars Clone Wars anime. The action choreography alone feels like watching a moving graphic novel. Each frame is composed with intention, every fight is rhythmic, every pause is dramatic. It's stylized, cinematic, and shockingly mature for something that originally aired on Cartoon Network. The basic premise is elegant and mythic. A noble samurai prince forges a magical sword to defeat the shape-shifting demon Aku. On the brink of victory, Aku opens a portal and hurls him thousands of years into the future, a dystopian world ruled entirely by evil. Now stranded in a strange sci-fi nightmare, the samurai must find a way back to the past to undo the future that is Aku. It's essentially a mythic time travel quest, sort of like Quantum Leap meets a Kurosawa film, filtered through a minimalist comic book lens. What really struck me is how committed the movie is to visual storytelling. There's very little dialogue. Long stretches unfold in silence, but you never feel lost. The framing, the lighting, the movement, and the music do all the heavy lifting. It's one of the purest examples of show don't tell I've seen in animation, which Tartakovsky would again do in the 2003 Clone Wars, because very little of those have dialogue as well. We understand Jack's honor, his loneliness, his confusion, his determination, all without monologues explaining it. In the score, for a TV pilot that is a movie, they absolutely did not have to go that hard. But they did. The music elevates every moment, from quiet meditation to explosive combat. And the theme song? So awesome. It's also wild hearing Mako voice Aku, knowing him primarily as Uncle Iroh from Avatar The Last Airbender. I know this came out first, but the tonal shift to me was fascinating. Instead of warm and wise, he's theatrical, sinister, and oddly charismatic. Aku isn't just evil. He's dramatic evil, and it works. And yes, some of the dialogue can be a little cheesy at times, but honestly that almost adds to the charm. This feels like a graphic novel come to life. Big archetypes, bold lines, clear morality, operatic stakes. There's even a sequence that feels very reminiscent of Mos Eisley Cantina from Star Wars New Hope. A crowded hub filled with strange alien designs and bizarre creatures. Considering Star Wars itself drew heavily from samurai cinema, and Tartakovsky later worked in that universe, it's a fascinating creative full-circle movement. Now let's talk about something that surprised me. This is pretty violent for early 2000s Cartoon Network. Limbs get sliced, mostly robotic ones, but still. The battles are intense, and the tone is darker than I expected. It makes sense that when the series was revived years later to finish the story, it moved to Adult Swim. The original run-in and the cliffhanger is wild, especially considering how cinematic the premise feels. Honestly, this should have been a theatrical release. If the 2008 Clone Wars got a big screen debut, this absolutely could have. The widescreen compositions and sweeping action would have been stunning in theaters. Maybe for an anniversary of the show, I don't know, they can re-release it. They did that with Cowboy Bebop a few years ago. And here's the part that really sold me. As someone who has severe ADHD, I am hyper-aware of pacing. If something drags, I feel it. This flew by. When the credits rolled, I genuinely said, wait, it's already over? That's the sign of strong visual momentum, and the hour just disappears. If the rest of the series maintains this level of craft and focus, I'm absolutely watching more when I have the time. This was stylish, mythic, focused storytelling done right. It's an A-, 9 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars. Not bad for a first trip into a future ruled by evil.